What's going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's masterclass. Welcome to tonight's masterclass. Let me get everything set up and allow a few people to come on in. Let me adjust my screen so I can look directly at the camera. Hey, all right. I'm gonna let a few people come on in. As soon as you get entering this masterclass, make sure you comment in the comment section and let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Also, give me a thumbs up or just let me know, hey, Ferris, I can hear you. And if you're catching this on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay. Make sure you hashtag replay. I see we've got a couple people that's just coming in. Let me know that you hear me and let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. Oh, hey, Joel, how's it going? Jola, how's it going, lady? How's it going? Welcome to tonight's masterclass. I am super excited about tonight's lesson. I'm kind of veering off of my normal track. I'm going to be coming back next week with some more training. But tonight I'm talking about the magic of thinking big and how to think bigger as entrepreneurs. Because I know we have to. What's up, Yati? How's it going, girl? Hey, Caleb, how's it going? Hey, everybody's coming in. But we're talking about the magic of thinking big and how to think bigger as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to let a few people come in. Of course, if you can hear me loud and clear, just let me know by letting me know that, Ferris, I can hear you. And I see we got a few thumbs up and a few hearts. So that means I'm going to take that to say that you can hear me loud and clear. How's my mic? If it's loud and clear, we're going to get ready to rock and roll because I want to definitely get in and get out because we have tons of things that we have going on. I'm just getting off of a call with one of my clients. A lot of great things coming along. I love helping out local businesses, love helping out individuals. But tonight, let's go through and talk about it. I have my notes. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So tonight's training is how to think big as an entrepreneur. I know so many times as entrepreneurs, we're in an isolated area. When I say isolated, there's not too many entrepreneurs out there that's out there moving and shaking. And sometimes we can be chastised, or sometimes we can be frowned upon and look bad upon. Hey, Shante, how's it going? But sometimes it can look kind of different if for some reason we're thinking out loud and thinking bigger. Other people may persecute us. They may go through and say, you know what? Hey, why do you always have to come out here with an idea? Why do you have to always lead from the front? Why do you have to come up with things? Why are you always starting a business? Why? It's so important for us entrepreneurs that we continue to think big because that's what's going to go through and allow creativity. So my first actually point I want to bring across is how to dream and think creatively. So when it comes to entrepreneurs, we cannot go through and dream small dreams. I mean, get it, like small dreams, anyone can accomplish small dreams. We like to go through and always challenge ourselves. Like we're never satisfied with just actually the status quo. We're always reaching towards going through and trying to better ourselves, better our communities, better our families, and position our families and our lives to be in a better situation. So when it comes to dreaming and thinking creatively, just think back when you were a child. So many times when you're a child, you have childlike faith. You have childlike thinking. And as a child, we go through and think everything. I remember as a child, I thought that I could fly. I really thought that I can fly. I really thought that, okay, well, if I put the cape on my back, I can jump off this porch and I can go through and fly. And that's the type of thinking as entrepreneurs that we must continue to have. We must continue to think that, you know what, if I take a leap off this job, if I go and take a leap into this career, if I take a leap into this entrepreneur endeavor, I can go through and fly. I can go through and make things happen as well. So that's one thing you want to go through and be very clear on is continuously having creative thinking. Never go through and have a stagnant thinking where you're like, oh my gosh, this is something that anybody can do. So always want to think creatively. So the next thing I want to go through, and this is a note right here. Success is determined by the size of your thinking. So let's go through and think about this. Success is determined by the size of your thinking. If you think small, your successes will be small. If you think large, your successes will be large as well. So you have a decision. You have a decision as an entrepreneur to go through and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through and just think small. I'm just going to go through and just do it for me, my, and I. Or you can go through and say, I'm going to go through and change the world. I'm going to go through and change the community. I'm going to go through and impact lives. I'm going to impact youth. I'm going to go through and redo. I want to go through and actually make my mark on a certain industry. So it's so important for you to go through and continue to go through and think about your business and your dream. And again, it's the size of your accomplishments is based on what you think. If you think that you can go through and build $1 million business, you can do it. If you think that you're only worth $2,000 per month, hey, that's all you're going to get. So it's whatever you think. As a man thinketh, so is he, or as a woman thinketh, so is she as well. So you have to go through and put yourself in a position to go through and think big dreams and have big accomplishments. So how big your dream determines your accomplishments. Again, let's look at Oprah Winfrey for a quick second. Oprah Winfrey, she started off as a news anchor, but her dream kept expanding. She kept putting herself in a position to go through and expand her dream. Then she started off as a news anchor. Then she went on to a daytime talk show television host. Then she went on to owning her own network and starring in different movies. Her dream continued to expand. How often do you allow your dream to expand? How often do you allow yourself to dream bigger dreams? Or do you go through and listen to the status quo? Do you go through and listen to those friends or those family members that say, you know what, hey, you've already accomplished enough. So why are you doing this? Why are you doing it? You should be resting. You shouldn't be working that hard. You have to go through and tell yourself that, hey, what's right for them may not be right for you. So you can continue to expand your dream and expand your thoughts as well. So go through and continue. If you desire to accomplish large dreams, you have to continue to think large as well. And so in that same breath, both positive and negative, both positive and negative thoughts, they both have strengths. So let's talk about the positive thoughts right now. So have you ever stepped into a meeting where you probably was not the most prepared, or probably not the most qualified individual, or just you saw someone across the board that said, you know what, that person's they should get the job, or they should get the contract, or they should get the position. Have you thought about that? And that's a negative thought that a lot of people battle. Is fear. It's entangled with fear. But a lot of times people battle those negative thoughts, and then we typically get the outcome of what we think. So many times, if we think fear, if we think failure, if we think lack, those are the things that we get. But on the opposite side, on the positive side as well, if we continue to think in abundance, if we continue to think in a winning mentality, if we continue to think that we are changers, that we are life changers, that's what we'll get as well. So my thing is, on tonight, you have to go through and tell yourself, okay, now what will I listen to? Will I listen to fear, or will I listen to faith? Will I listen to failure, or will I listen to success? You have to continue to tell yourself, thinking this. You have to go through and think, I'm going to go through and get this contract. I'm going to go through and be the best business owner that I can be. I'm going to go through and touch lives as well. So whatever you think, you will go through and achieve. And so it's by decision that success comes. It's not by default. It's by decision that success comes. And you may be asking yourself, well, Ferris, what do you mean by decision? It's by decision that success comes. Success comes only by decision. It's a decision on what we do in our lives day in and day out. It's a decision on who we associate with day in and day out. It's a decision on what we tell ourselves, even in our lowest moments. That's what success comes from. Because we can tell ourselves that, you know what, this is a temporary situation I'm going through. This is something temporary. Hey, because hey, guess what? Tomorrow I'm out of this rut. Tomorrow I'm going to go through and close some more sales. Tomorrow I'm going to go through and gain some contracts. Tomorrow I'm going to go through and network with more people. It's whatever you tell yourself. Or you can wallow back in sorrow and say, you know what? Hey, I just got a blow that it's not the win out of me. I got this big bill that's going to be hard to go through and pay. Or, hey, my business is not where it needs to be right now. So it's kind of folding under. Whatever you tell yourself, you will go through and achieve it. So the best bet is to go through and tell yourself positive things. The best bet is to go through and tell yourself that you will succeed, that you will go through and continue to be a change agent, that you will go through, your business will survive this temporary situation to go through and flourish as well. The next note is there's a difference between wishful thinking and a belief that you can do something. Wishful thinking does not have any action that's associated with it. Wishful thinking is always saying, I'm gonna. That's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking never goes through and actually achieves anything great. So you have to go through and have a strong belief in yourself backed up by action. And what is action? Action is steps that you're taking day in and day out that's going to go through and better yourself and your business as well. So some of the action steps that I take personally in my business and my personal life, I read a lot. I'm reading this little short book right now, Pushing People Up. But I'm constantly evolving as far as my thinking. I'm constantly going through and actually changing the way I think because I'm getting associated and getting mentored by people that and positions that I would like to go through and actually be in. So you have to continue to go through and put yourself in a position where you're going to continue to go through and expand your belief. Because if you look at your current situation, it may look dismal. Look at your current situation. You may have some wins, but you may have some losses. But you cannot go through and allow those losses to go through and take you out of this game. The entrepreneurship is not for the weak. It's not for the ones that are just waning by day by day. No, entrepreneurship is a serious commitment. Entrepreneurship says that regardless of what it looks like, regardless of how much money I have in my bank account, regardless of what house I live in, what car I'm driving, I'm in this thing for the long haul. And I'm not just going to be one of those people that's going to just have a business to have a business. I'm going to grow my business because I'm going to personally commit myself to growth as well. So those are things that you have to go through and think about. And my next note is the how-to comes to the person who believes he can do it. There is never you will never automatically be a subject matter expert in anything. No matter if you're gifted, talented, or whatever, you'll never start off as a subject matter expert in anything. But just know on this journey as an entrepreneur, again, we're getting back to the thinking part. Just know that the how-to will come. You're going to learn how to go through and read accounting charts or income statements. You're going to learn how to go through and balance that book. You're going to learn how to go through and market. You're going to learn operations. You're going to learn it because you're not going to go through and give up along the way. You're going to learn it because, again, the magic in thinking is saying, you know what, I'm not just going to I'm not going to be stuck right here in this rut. I'm going to continue to go through and actually make my business and my life better. So the how-to always comes with time. Always comes to the person who believes that, okay, I can go through and do this as well. Next, strong beliefs always trigger the mind to figure out things. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure this thing out. Like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure out this policy. I'm trying to figure out how to get this connect. I'm trying to figure out how to start this business. I'm trying to figure out this. I'm trying to figure out that. Guys, when it comes to a strong belief, you're going to go through and figure this thing out. You have to go through and tell yourself that, hey, this is simple. I always look back on like my high school and my middle school journey. Of course, like for those that know my story, I got put back in middle school. Scholastics was not my thing. But now as an adult, when I look at the education system, I say two words. It's too simple. Anything that I can go through and see, I know I can go through and do. I can figure out anything. If it's becoming a medical doctor, I can figure it out. If it's becoming an attorney, I can figure it out. If it's becoming a carpenter, I can figure it out. And that's the mindset you have to go through and think about. And that's the mindset you have to have as an entrepreneur. I can go through and figure out anything because in business, there are going to be some blows that's going to come to you. It's going to be some things that you may not know, but guess what? You're telling yourself in your mind, I can figure this out. No problems. Hey, no problem. 2 words. I got it. I have this. I have it. Maybe a couple more than 2 words. But you have to tell yourself that I have this in every situation. And last but not least, you cannot doubt yourself. One thing that always takes entrepreneurs out is doubt. It's individuals. Hey, I don't have enough money to go through and run this business, or I don't have the wherewithal to run this business, or I don't have the skill set. No one asked you about the skill set. No. You were blessed with the ability to conceive the dream, but it's not saying that you have to put the whole dream on your 2 shoulders. You were given the dream and you're birthing the dream right now, but you're going to have to go through and realize that doubting yourself does not lay a good foundation for you to go through and actually create a positive impact in your business. So you have to watch what you say. Oh, it's a rainy day outside, so I'm gonna have a bad day. Or man, hey, you can't agree with everybody when they say everything as well. So you have to go through and realize that what's normal to others may not be normal to you. So self-doubt is a no-no. You have to always think in success. Think in success. And if you can't go through and think in success, think how Warren Buffett would think. Think how Bill Gates would think. Think how Oprah Winfrey would think. Think how that successful entrepreneur in your local community would think. Think about situations. They don't go through and allow things to go through and tear them out, because I guarantee there are people that have $1 billion problems or $1 million problems or hundreds of $1,000 problems as well. So you have to go through and think creatively and say, you know what? Hey, I'm solution oriented. And you have to tell yourself, with whatever you tell yourself, I'm solution oriented. I will find a way out. I will find a solution to this problem. I will. Not I'm gonna. I will. I will states that it's happening right now. You have to, just like Mario said, you have to continue to speak life into yourself and into your situation. So that's one thing when it comes to the power of thinking big. When it comes to the power of thinking big, I know I utilize this in my life daily. I watch what I say because I know I'm snared by the words that come out of my mouth, because I know that if it comes out my mouth, I'm the first to hear it, and I'm going to be believing this. So you're not going to hear me say, well, nah, I can't go through and afford that, or no, this is difficult. No, it's a way. I will go through and make a way to go through and do whatever I have to do to make things happen. That's what you have to continue to tell yourself. Oh, hey, I'm smart enough to go through that. So many times people are like, oh, well, I can't do public speaking. I have a horrible speech impediment, but guess what? I never let anything like that stops me, because I'm getting better. I had a horrible speech impediment, but now it's getting better. I'm getting more confident. I'm getting more comfortable around individuals and speaking publicly. You have to continue to tell yourself that. Don't go through and repeat the things of your past. Go through and press forward and say, you know what? It's getting better. I'm working on it. And do not be afraid to work on those things, those areas that you're not strong in as well. Don't be afraid to go through and reach out for help or coaching or mentorship as well. You have to go through and think big. It's so important for you. If you're going to lead an organization, you have to think big, because guess what? There are going to be people that's going to be becoming a part of your team that's going to be looking up to you to think, okay, well, hey, I want to be like this person. I want to be like that person. And they're going to go to emulate the same type of thinking or same type of mindset that you have. And you have to ask yourself, do I want them to speak like I speak? Do I want them to think like I think? And if you say yes, that's good. But if you say, you know what, only on my good days or only on my every other day, then you have to go through and actually reevaluate yourself. You have to reevaluate how you think. And so with that being said, I want to go through and open up a dialogue right here. I want to go through and ask you all as well, what are some things that you all tell yourself daily when it comes to thinking positive? What are some things that you all do to go through and expand your knowledge when it comes to actually just expanding your mind, expanding your mind when it comes to actually building your empire, your foundations as well. So this is, I'm transitioning over to a Q&A process right now, because this is a little bit different from what I normally teach, but I want to go through and kind of just, as an entrepreneur, we have a holistic approach. It's not just you're really good at marketing or really good in finance or really good in product development or really good in operations. You have to have a whole picture, because we are leaders. We are leading an organization. We're leading people. So we have to be there for those individuals. So I'm going to ask you all really quickly. So just kind of drop some comments in the section as well. It doesn't have to be necessarily related to the topic on tonight, but if you have any questions, it doesn't have to be necessarily related. But what are some things that you all do to go through and expand your mind to think bigger? Besides, I know some people, they're going to go through and probably comment reading books. Exposure. How many of you have a mentor? How many of you have a coach? And I want to go through, how many of you, raise a hand by show of hands, how many of you have a mentor? How many of you have a coach that actually you communicate with on at least a weekly or monthly basis? How many of you have somebody that holds you accountable to your plans, to what you're thinking, what you're saying? How many of you have an accountability partner on that? I just want to go through and kind of poll a few people while we're looking at the comments. I see Mario says, be the example. We have to be the example. Just think, I have a 2-year-old daughter. Anything that I say, she says. So I'm very careful on what I say. Lord knows I have a tongue sometimes that cuts like a sailor. But my thing is, I bridle that tongue. I bridle that tongue around her, because I don't want her going through and cussing and fussing and everything. So I only want her to see some things that I want her to emulate. And I'm getting better with that tongue as well. And hopefully she go up to be better than me when it comes to that right there. But these are the type of things. So it's just like a child. Child mimics what they see. That's what our community does as well. We're looking at a few comments. Yachi says, she listens to me. Thank you, Yachi. Those are like, this is mentorship as well. Mario says, I don't have an accountability partner. Yachi says, I need to link back up with her. Guys, accountability is so key. I have several coaches when it comes to my progress, when it comes to my development in business. I was talking to one of my coaches today, and she got on me because I was actually in the process of, I'm venturing off to start marketing for a specific industry, like in the restaurant industry. And she was talking about, Ferris, and I thought about lowering my prices, and she got on me really hard. She said, Ferris, why are you cutting yourself short? She said, you should never lower your prices. You should always increase it to go through and get a higher caliber of actually customer as well, because I'm spending time away from my family and etc. and which she really got into me really hard, and it really opened my eyes. And that's why it's always good to have that mentorship, good to have that masterminding concepts, because people are going to bring out the best in you. So it's always good to have a good mentor, a good coach along the way. And some and I will say, I pay for my coaches as well. So my thing is, you're going to have to go through and one day step out and say, hey, I want this person to coach me. And you have to be willing to invest in yourself, because I realized that when I do free type stuff, I really don't go through and hold that. I really don't take full advantage of it, and I really don't take it really serious. So I had to go through and put my money where my mouth was as well. So these are the type of things right here that I personally do that allows me to be successful in my own right. I see Ava say she speaks things into existence. That's power. It's power in the tongue. Whatever, again, you're snared by the words of your mouth. Whatever you say, you will have. No matter if it's lack or abundance. So if you say, I'm having a bad day, you're going to have a bad day. If you say you're going to have a good day or positive things going to happen, it will happen, because the universe hears you, and the universe wants to go to work for you in a positive way. But whatever you put out there, that's what's going to come back as well. So it's so important to go through and bridle it to them. Anytime a thought come up that's negative, push it down. Or in the church word, cast it down. So you have to go through and actually just cast down those thoughts that may not benefit your future as well. Mario says exclusive. Exclusive is good. I watch people I want to emulate, and I tweak to suit my perfect. And again, you're going to go through and see people on this journey that you want to emulate. I love my homie Gary Vaynerchuk. I have one of my personal mentors, Dan Henry. He helps me out when it comes to my Facebook advertising. He's a mentor a coach that I use for my Facebook advertisement. He swears with the best of them. He has his own personality. I go through and pull out some of the good attributes that I see that I can put into myself, into my business, and then that's what I go through and emulate. So it's so important for you to go through and find those. If for some reason you can't afford a coach right now, go to YouTube, find some good videos, find some videos that's talking about some things that's going to go through and better you, and use that as mentorship from a distance. Go through and find local groups that you can join. Go through and find Chamber of Commerce. Find people that you can talk to. Find someone that you can invite out to coffee, and you pay for their coffee just for their time. Find ways to go through and get what you need along this journey. I see Yachi says, I listen to the secret person. Yachi, that's very important. Your morning routines, how you start your day. That's so important. Typically, most people just roll out of bed and start on the Facebook or start on just life happening itself. But if you can capture your day and say, you know what, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And this is something that I battle with, and I'm a very disciplined person. For a while, my schedule was 5:30 in the morning, gym, read, breakfast, shower, then work. It was just this. But somehow life takes control. And that's something that I'm in the process of getting control of my life back again. I'm in the process of saying, you know what? Hey, I will control my life. My life will not control me. So these are the type of things, what you listen to on your way. I challenge you this week, instead of going through and listen to 103.3 or 107.1 or 3 or 103.7, whatever it is, go through and put on a podcast. Go through and listen to this stuff. Listen to some of the things I put out, but go through and listen to something that's going to better you. Watch what goes into your ear gate. Watch what you listen to, because that's how you're going to start thinking. If you listen to nonsense, guess what? Nonsense you will go through and put out. If you listen to, you'll watch even the tone of your day. You'll watch even your language change just by what you listen to. You'll be able to regurgitate things that you may not know personally, but you heard on a podcast or on a YouTube video that you listen to. Just because you listen, it's in you now. It's in you now. So watch what you go through and actually put in your body daily, so that you can go through and regurgitate those things that you would want to go through and better your business and your surrounding as well. I'm going to go through and open this session up for a Q&A as well. I'm going to try to start doing live Q&As at least once a month. Where you can go through and bring your questions. So as you all know, I do have a digital marketing agency, and I help out local businesses. I help businesses turn their clicks into customers. I help businesses turn their clicks into customers, but I have several local businesses as well. So I'm not saying I am the guru when it comes to business, but I understand the process, and I'm not afraid to go through and take a leap. I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not afraid to go through and be challenged. So I want to go through and actually open this up. Mark said, that's why I listen to trap music. Brother, I love some trap music. I love it. I think your wife actually put me on a few. I love trap music. It gets me pumped. But anyhow, but this is the time I want to go through and actually open up the floor for any questions that you all may have as well. Again, it could be related to anything business related, anything when it comes to the mindset, anything practical, some things that you all would like to go through and learn. Shante, first question, your hands up. I like how cordial you are. You put your hands up. I can tell you went to an outstanding elementary school. But let's go through. Shante has first question, and of course, just drop your questions in the comment section, and I'll definitely go through and read them as we go as well. While Shante is actually writing her question in, I want to know how many of you are getting value out of the Now Entrepreneur Facebook community. How many of you all are actually getting value out of it? Just give me a few thumbs up, hearts, likes, shares. Give me some mad faces if you ain't getting nothing out of it. But how many of you are actually getting value out of the Now Entrepreneur? And I want you all to use this as a community to go through and actually ask questions. These are other like-minded entrepreneurs where we're coming together to mastermind. We're coming together because Ferris don't know everything, but Lakeisha may have the answer, or Shante may have the answer, or Jamaica may have the answer, or Carrie may have the answer, or Ivis may have the answer, or Mario may have the answer. So we're coming together to go through and actually create something, a masterpiece. So I want you all to go through, if you're running through any issues throughout the week, drop the question in the Now Entrepreneur Facebook community, and we're going to do our best to go through and actually answer those questions as well. Likewise, if we love to go through and support our local businesses, I never want this group to be spammy. But if you have an event coming up, or if you have a lunch date coming up where you're launching a product or expanding your business or whatever, definitely feel free to go through and actually drop me a DM or PM. Just kind of run it past me before you start posting in there, because if it becomes spammy, I will delete people, and I will delete posts as well if it becomes too spammy. All right. Any questions? I don't know if Shante is putting the question out there as well. Let me ask you all a question. What have you done this week to push the dial forward in your business? I know you all have finished your one-page business plans. I know you all have your quarterly goals. What have you all done this week? Well, not this week, last week, because today's Monday. What did you all do last week to push the dial forward within your business? I see Lakeisha said, outside of email capturing, what elements are essential for a landing page? Great question. And I'm going to drop a link to a landing page software that I use. It's so important for a landing page. I was just talking to my brother this evening, and one person on his team. When it comes to marketing, you always want to capture information. Without a name, email address, and phone number, you really don't have anything. So you do want to go through and build that list, but you have to know what you're going to do with that list. You have to know, okay, well, hey, once I capture this person's information, this is what I'm going to do. And so that process is called a funnel. So you have to go through and define, what will you do with the information that you gather? Some people, they send out monthly newsletters with email address. Some people, when they capture a phone number, they call the person within 24 to 30 hours to go through and thank them for purchasing something, or thank them for opting in, or whatever that is. So you have to go through and define what is the purpose for you capturing a person's information. I'm working on a PDF right now that I'm going to give away for people when they land on my landing page. I'm going to give away the 3 secrets to what I'm writing, and I'm going to give that away in exchange for an email address, phone number, and a name. And they're going to be added to my email list, and they will be getting emails from me every other day. So that's until I take them along my journey for them to go through and purchase something. So it's very important that you go through it at a minimum, Lakeisha. I'm going to answer your question directly. That it's very important that you go through and capture at least a name, email address, and phone number. If there's any other specific information you need on your landing page, you definitely want to go through and answer that question. But typically, people will give that out. People give out a name, email address, and phone number just like that. Do you use bots? Yes, I do use bots. Man, that's unfortunately, we were just trying to set up something for my brother. Facebook is really kind of they kind of block people out of bots. I've been using bots for the last maybe 6 months now. Bots are really good. If you go to my business, if you go to Ferris Flournoy, my business page, where you see me kind of standing like this in a gray shirt, if you click on message me, you're going to see some of my bot sequences in order. Bots are really good because you create the process, and you can go through and take people along the journey. I use it for my event center. If you've seen an ad on Facebook for my event center, if you click on something, it's automated messages that's taking people along a journey. I mean, it takes a lot of the headache and guesswork, and it allows you to answer questions that people may have right then and there. So no matter if they're up at 2 o'clock in the morning and they're asking, okay, what's the room size, or how many people can fit in this event center, I have the questions already answered if they press a certain button or if they go through and reply to certain things. Bots are where they're at. If you're not utilizing bots, if you're not utilizing marketing efforts in your business, oh my Lord, it's 2018. You got to get with the program. You have to get with the program. But great question, Mario. But bots are, like I was just reading in that article in Men Fitness, I think my magazine is upstairs. They're even utilizing bots to go through and actually in the medical field to go through and actually do diagnosis and Q&As for that. So yeah, it's a lot of things that's happening in that industry as well. Any other questions? No problem, Lakeisha. You're very welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions? Anybody run into any issues when it comes to your business? Even if, no matter if it's traditional business like brick and mortar or online business, are there any people that's running into any issues? If it's starting, if it's launching, if it's growing, this is the time to go through. Don't go through and say, I'm just gonna be a spectator. No, this is a Ferris. Hey, I don't know how this thing works. Let me know. I really let me know. So this is the time. If you have any questions, please feel free to go through and drop in there. And if you're typing a question, just kind of put in hey, raise your hand and say, I'm actually perfect. Mario, I will say the bot system that I use is ManyChat, MANY chat. Unfortunately, Facebook has kind of stalled out on people actually being able to connect them with their business page. But it's really good, really good software. There's some other ones out there as well, but I use ManyChat for mine, and it works perfect for me. Any other questions? I'm going to go through and include some resources as well. I utilize a software that's called ClickFunnels to go through and actually build out a lot of my funnels. It works perfect. It works perfect for me. I'm going to go through, if you don't mind, it is an affiliate link. So that means if for some reason you click on my link and you sign up for it, I do get paid. Hey, I'm a digital marketer. I try to get paid for everything that I do. So with that being said, for those that may be interested in actually a landing page software for your business, something that you can do on your own, definitely just kind of write down in the comment section, hey, interested, or just put your hands up, and I'll make sure I send you a link to that. And then not only that, I will go through and help you set up your first funnel. I will go through and this is something I would do. I'll give you 30 minutes of my time to help you set up your first funnel. If for some reason you go through and actually utilize ClickFunnels through my affiliate link. So that's something I will go through and do that for you. It's a very, 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 if no longer will you, websites are obsolete. You need a funnel. You need a funnel. And so again, for those that are interested in this software, I will send you a link. Just put I'm interested in the area, and I will definitely go through and give you 30 minutes of my time where I will go through and help set up your first funnel. And that means your landing page. That means your opt-in. It means a couple email sequences. We will go through and walk through that together. And then so you'll have a great understanding, so you can kind of do a little bit of things as well. So I'll actually set up your first funnel if you go through and utilize my affiliate link. Yachi says, I'm so inconsistent. 1 week I'm super focused. The next, it seems like I just can't get it together. How can I stay consistent? I know it's more of being a self-starter, but geez, it's so hard. Guys, I'm actually in the process. I was talking to one of our, I hope she don't mind me saying it, but I was talking to one of our members. Her name is Leslie Hudson. She's an author. She's a motivational speaker. She's the one that actually went to Good Morning America, met with Robin. I don't know her last name, and the other guy with the gap teeth. But that's one thing I was going through. I'm in the process of right now of creating an accountability group. And when I say accountability group, I mean, hey, it's so strategic where only I'm going to be working with serious entrepreneurs that have their goals, their 60-day goals already written out. And we're going to go through and actually do our morning calls. And we're going to do our morning calls 3 times a week. You're going to be held accountable to your schedule. For those that are in that group, I'm going to go through and ask you all to submit your schedules to me on Sunday. We're going to go through and look through it and make sure every hour, every minute that you have available. We understand some people work 9 to 5s, but those after hours, we're having concentrated effort towards your success. But this is that accountability that I'm going to go through and actually say, okay, well, we're going to go through and make this thing happen. If your goal is to do X, Y, and Z, this is the plan that we're going to go through and actually craft together. And then I'm going to hold you accountable along the way. Some people need that. That's what I needed. That's why I hired a coach as well. So it's so important for some people to have accountability. For those that are interested in my accountability group, it is a paid group where it's going to be more access to me. But it's going to be affordable, but it's going to go through and make sure that you accomplish your goals within the 30 to 60 day period as well. For those that are interested in accountability, those that are interested and tired of doing everything on your own and trying to figure things out, and know that you need a coach, know that you need somebody you can go through and actually talk with on a frequent basis, know that you need someone who's going to say, you know what, Yahtzee, this schedule, you did what? No, ma'am. We have to go through and hit these goals. If you know that you need that, if you know without a shadow of doubt that within 60 days your business needs to be at a certain level, I'm going to go through and say that, hey, you need to inbox me. Please inbox me and say, Ferris, I want to be a part of your accountability group. Again, I have not set the price yet. I don't know. I'm looking at between $97 and $197 for per month. It's going to be a 2-month program. So it's not going to be free. It's not going to be free. I will tell you that right off the top. But it will be something where we're going to go through and actually communicate on a weekly basis, and we're going to hold each other accountable to our dreams and goals as well. So definitely, if you're interested, make sure you inbox me on that. Ivis, you said, Ivis, you have, and I've been meaning to go through and communicate with you as well. Ivis, you have a beautiful esthetician shop, great location. You need to, we need to talk. You need a funnel, and you need, it's a few things that you could go through and do to go through and really expand your business locally. You don't have to worry about the people that's all in Alpharetta and all this. Locally can be killing it. Definitely, I'm telling you all, I'm only looking to go through and work with those individuals that are serious about their business. And how do I know that people, that are serious about their business, they're willing to go through and invest in themselves? This is my, the Now Entrepreneur Facebook community is my free group. I'm going to go through and continue to give value. But for those that are serious about their business, want to take their business to that next level in a short amount of time, people that need that one-on-one attention, or that group attention, not one-on-one, because one-on-one costs a lot more than that, but that group attention, definitely, this is for you as well. I definitely want to go through and actually help you guys out with that as well. Any other questions before we leave? Trying to wrap it up. Any other questions? I know we had a few people that said they definitely want the landing page software that I have, and also would like for me to go through and help them set up a funnel. I see there's Akeisha, there's Ivis. I'll make sure I get that. Yachi's interested in in the accountability. If you're interested in accountability, definitely make sure you drop it in the comment section. But anyhow, I see we have about 5-6 people that's lagging on as well. If you all don't have any other questions, Mario, I see you had calls, emails, and chats. How do you use leads effectively? That's his question. How do you use leads effectively? So I would say, Mario, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a specific question. So what is your goal for your leads? What is your goal? So you have to go through and know what is your goal for your leads, because leads are just leads. Leads are just contact information. So I'm going to let you answer that question while I'm chatting as well. But so in a vague way, how do you use leads effectively? If an individual, if a lead knows, likes, and trusts you, then they're what we call a warm to hot lead. If for some reason you just got a random person's email address and you're asking them to buy something, asking them to do something, it's going to be very hard to go through and actually get them to convert if you don't have a relationship with them. So a lead is an opportunity for you to go through and actually build a relationship with them. You can build a relationship with them in several different ways: through emails, through text messages, through Facebook advertisement, through inviting them to communities like this as well. It's all about relationship building, because the goal is, and I'll let you know, the goal at the end is for that particular sale. So if you're in business, it's for the sale. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's definitely for the sale as well. So how do I use leads effectively? I will go through, I'll let you know right now what I'm working on. I'm working on right now a free PDF that I'm going to be giving out to restaurant owners in the local area, because I only want to work with local businesses that will allow me to come in and do their, and it's explaining Facebook marketing, how local restaurants should be used, etc. But in exchange, I'm gonna give them my free PDF in exchange for the name, email address, and phone number. So once they receive that via email, then I'm gonna go through in 2 days. I'm gonna call them up to let them know that, hey, I see that you received it, and I'm gonna see if I can follow up with a one-on-one, maybe consultation or one-on-one meeting where I can go through and answer some of their questions face-to-face, because I know that when I'm working face-to-face, I can close people just like that. So I'm going to go through and actually see if I can schedule a consultation or an evaluation or a strategy session with them one-on-one in their restaurant. And then from there, I know out of so many people, I'm going to go through and close a few people. And my price point for what my service that I offer is between $1,000 to $1,500 that I'm actually offering for those individuals. So with that being said, I know that out of 10 people, I should at least close one person. And so you have to have a goal for your particular for your particular leads. And I know that I can provide value to my customers and to my businesses that will 10x what they're paying as well. So that's why I can go through and charge what I need to charge. Okay, so Mario says, okay, that's my question. How to build relationships with a complete stranger? Should I establish a relationship with the lead? Okay, this is okay. Lesson. Where's my phone? I'm going to show you something right quick. If I can find my phone. Okay, I can't find my phone. Where's my phone? Okay, right here in front of my face. We have the technology at hand right now where this is the 1950s television right here. We have it right at our hand. So how do we go through and build relationships with complete strangers? When I initially started the Now Entrepreneur Facebook community, there are over 100 some people right now. I don't know everybody who's in the community. I know quite a few people that's in the community, but my goal is to build this community with individuals that I don't know as well. So you have to create something that people are attracted to. You have to be that magnet. So when it comes to relationships, find that thing that really keeps you up at night. Find the thing that you're passionate about. Be willing to go through and talk about that day in and day out, because what's going to happen is it's going to repel people, and it's going to go through and actually pull people towards you as well. And then what I would do is create a private Facebook community and go through and talk about, this is the community where you can go through and share. This is the community where you can go through and talk about those things that you're interested in. Like I'm interested in entrepreneurship all the way. So that's why I'm going to talk about in my community, entrepreneurship. You may be interested in fitness. So you can go through and attract people that's interested in fitness, attract them with actually pulling them towards it. You might have to give out a free workout guide on how to go through and get a six-pack in 2 days or whatever. I don't know. I don't know your particular business that you're trying to get leads from, but you're gonna have to go there and find some way to pull them from out of the noise into a private. It's a funnel. You have to pull them from out here and take them right down where you want to go. So you have to go through and define that. And I can chat with you a little bit about that if you need help developing a funnel for that. But the funnel is taking complete strangers that may be interested, not the one like. You may not be marketing to 18-year-olds. Take complete strangers that may not know you and take them down a path of relationship until you can close that sale. It's a funnel process. I hope that answers your question. So should I establish a relationship with leads? Yes. And there's more than one way to establish a relationship with leads. Again, through video, through email, through text message, through if it's local, to coffee shops or calling them up. So it's so many different ways to go through and establish relationships with leads. But the most unintrusive way is maybe through a funnel where you're talking through emails, through videos that you're talking about things that you're interested in, putting it in front of them through Facebook advertisement. I see Yachi says, yes, a lead is a potential customer always. Like you said, if they like you, they will trust you. If they trust you, they will spend money with you. You have to be able to adapt to all types of personalities, and you have to repeat. You'll have a repeat customer for life. Correct. And that's the goal. The goal is not to have just one touch with the customer. Imagine if someone just came to you. Like that's what a salesman does. Just come in. I'm trying to sell you something. I'm trying to get out of here. But we're not in the sales business. We're in the relationship business. I just don't want one customer to come. I don't want a customer that's going to trust me for 1 month and they're gone the next month. I want a relationship. I want to go through and solve their problems along the way as well. So that's what relationships does as well. You're right, Mario. Most people don't check the email, and that's why I use bots. I know people check text messages just like that, Even if they don't respond or reply back to it, they check text message just like that. I use text message marketing. I use bots because I know people are going to automatically look down at their phone to go through and check that. So you have to go through and find where your customers are. Like if you're marketing towards 16 to 18-year-old kids, that they're probably on Snap or either IG, so they're probably not on Facebook. If you're marketing towards 55 to 65-year-olds or 30 to 55, 65-year-old, we're on Facebook. We're probably in communities. So you're gonna have to find ways that you can go through and communicate with them. You're gonna have to go through and actually take them where you want them to go. So you can tell a person to go to their email because you're gonna deliver something there. So let's say with me, I'm gonna be delivering a free PDF to my restaurant owners, and I'm gonna go to let them know that, hey, the free PDF will be in your email. Check that, because you take them where you force them, you funnel them where you want to go. It's almost like having a corral with cows. You take those cows down that little corral and push them through there, and then they go to the pasture, if that makes sense. Find ways of 1 million new customers doesn't compare to 1,000 repeat customers. You're correct, Lakeisha. New customers are very costly to go through and actually attract. I'd rather have repeat business every day, all day. Every day, all day. All right. With that being said, hey, are there any other questions? Did I answer everybody's questions? Let me go up the comment area. I'm going to comment area just to make sure I did not go through and miss anyone. Bots. I got that. Perfect, Shantae. I think you asked a question. Perfect. Any other questions before I go? I really appreciate you all coming on board tonight to go through and just be a part of the masterclass. Again, I want you all to think bigger. On tonight, if you don't get anything else from this, I want you to think big. I want you to wake up in the middle of the night with cold sweats down your face, like, oh my gosh, this right here is gonna blow the world away. This right here is gonna be revolutionary. This is what's gonna change my whole family. This is that $1 million idea. This is that $10 million idea. Going on the days where we can have $1 million ideas. You have to go through and have $10 million idea so that you can at least get $1 million idea, so you can have $1 million coming in. So you have to go through and continue to expand your mind. Don't go through and settle for that. You have to have $1 billion idea just to have $100 million not $100 million business. So you have to go through and think bigger than just the status quo. You think $1 million was a lot of money back in 1990s, which it is a lot of money right now. But the impact that you all will make on your community and you all will make on your family's lives is more than $1 million. It's so much more as well. Appreciate it, Lakeisha. You are amazing too. All you all are amazing for just coming on and just sticking with me throughout the process. I'm looking to go through and see you all go through and revolutionize your businesses over the next 60 to 90 days as well. Guys, hey, summer's not here yet. Summer's not here. It's time to go through and launch. It's time to go through and do something revolutionary. It's time to go through and actually say, you know what, because I came on this live tonight, my business, it had a paradigm shift. It was going like this and went this way, and that's the reason why I took off as well. So I want you all on tonight to go through and commit to your business. Commit to your vision, commit to your dream, and commit to working that thing day in and day out. And if times get rough, if for some reason you get distracted, if life happens, don't give up. Continue to go through and persevere through those times, because that's where entrepreneurs are really made. We're made in hard times. We're not made when we have all the money and everything's going well. We're made in hard times, because that's when ingenuity and creativity comes in as well. And that's where that moolah comes as well. So with that being said, any questions before we get out of here? If not, I'm going to be checking out. I gotta get ready to do some more. Y'all probably say, Ferris, you work. Before I go, let me go through. Let me say this real quick, and I know we have 2 minutes. The reason why, if you see me, I'm always working. I'm always thinking about business. The reason why I'm so focused right now, I'm 35 years old, because my plan is I want to actually go to law school and then finish law school before I'm 40. So I know that I have to go through and actually attend it by 37. I don't care about practicing law. I just want to go through and put it on my shelf. And I want to pay for law school fully cash as well. So I know that I have 2 years to go through and set my life in a situation where I don't have to go through and run the rat race. I don't have to go through and do client work. And I'm trying to set my life more so in an automated process over the next couple of years, so that I can go through and do some things that I really enjoy as well. So that's one thing. You have to go through and set goals and dreams that you can go through and say, you know what, this is what my timeline says. These are the things that I will accomplish. Some of it's going to be, am I a big proponent of school? Heck no. But I know that I want to go through and have my law degree, because I know that if somebody wants to BS me in business, or if somebody wants to go through and actually pull up a case against one of my family members or friends, I want to be able to say, you know what, forget that, pro bono, we're coming for that butt. So that's what I want to go through and do. And that's a personal goal for me. So some of your goals may be business related, some of it may be family related, some of it may be career related, but whatever your goal is, let it be big enough for you to go through and get off your butts day in and day out, regardless of what it looks like, so that you can accomplish it for not only for yourself, but for your future as well. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. You all have a wonderful evening, and I'll be chatting with y'all really soon. Take care. And y'all say, I ain't no pastor. Let's see. Hold up. Let's see. Take off my pastor. I thought you were calling me a pastor. Say, heck no. All right. I'll chat with y'all later. Bye.